I'm reading a section from Annihilation of Caste where Dr. Ambedkar is pointing out the main obstacles one would face when attempting the destruction of caste. The first obstacle one faces when attempting the destruction of caste is the attitude of hostility which the Brahmins have shown towards this reform. Anyone surprised? It is very simple to see why. Breakup of the caste system is bound to affect adversely the Brahmin caste. Having regard to this, it is unreasonable to expect that the Brahmins will ever consent to lead a movement, the ultimate result of which is to destroy the power and prestige of their caste. It is also unreasonable to expect the secular Brahmins to take part in a movement directed against the priestly Brahmins. In fact, it is useless to make such a distinction between secular Brahmins and priestly Brahmins. They are both kith and kin. They are but two arms of the same body and one bound to fight the existence of the other. Now, some of the reformers may state and have stated, in fact, that we can still proceed with the movement and proceed with destruction of caste even if the Brahmins do not join or jump on our bandwagon. And that's the point that Dr. Ambedkar addresses next. In every country, the intellectual class is the most influential class, if not the governing class. The intellectual class is the class which can foresee. It is the class which can advise and give lead. There is no exaggeration in saying that the entire destiny of a country depends upon its intellectual class. Unfortunately, in the case of India, the intellectual class is simply another name for the Brahmin caste. Brahmin caste has regarded itself the custodian of the interests of that caste rather than that of the interests of the country. And this aligns with the caste laws. Each caste takes care of itself. Therefore, when such an intellectual class, which holds the rest of the community in its grip, is opposed to the reform of the caste, the chances of success in a movement for the breakup of the caste system appear to me very, very remote. So that's the first obstacle reformers face. Brahmins don't want to take lead or even be part of the reform movement. And on the other hand, they are the intellectual class. So without their concern, without them stepping up, there is actually no reform. So that's the first obstacle. The second obstacle with bringing down the caste system is the way different communities, subcastes, are graded and placed one on top of the other. While all are slaves of the caste system, all slaves are not equal in slavery. To excite the proletariat to bring about an economic reform, Karl Marx told them, "You have nothing to lose except your chains." But the artful way in which the social and religious rights are distributed among the different castes, whereby some have and some have less, makes the slogan of Karl Marx quite useless to excite the Hindus against the caste system. With the general dissolution of caste system, some of them stand to lose more of their prestige and power than others do. You cannot therefore have a general mobilization of the Hindus, to use a military expression, for an attack on the caste system. So that's the second obstacle. You can't bring all the subcastes together at the same time to fight against the caste system, because each one of them has a different level of investment in actually keeping the caste system secure. The third point, the third obstacle that Dr. Ambedkar points out is, can Hindus be asked to reason? Can they be asked to follow reason? And to this he replies in the negative. Manu has laid down 3 sanctions to which every Hindu must conform in the matter of his behavior: Vedas, Smriti, or Sadachar. He cannot follow anything else. Caste and Varna are matters which are dealt with by the Vedas and the Smritis, and consequently, appeal to reason can have no effect on a Hindu. Reason and morality are the 2 most powerful weapons in the armory of a reformer. Therefore, by depriving a reformer of the use of these weapons, he has been disabled for action. That's the third obstacle. You cannot bring Hindu to reason. The only laws of religion that the Hindu is allowed to follow are what have already been stated in the Vedas, Smritis, and also the Sadachar. Finally, Dr. Ambedkar concludes by saying that the wall built around caste is impregnable, and the material of which it is built contains none of the combustible stuff of reason and morality. Add to this the fact that inside this wall stands the army of Brahmins who form the intellectual class, Brahmins who are natural leaders of the Hindus, Brahmins who are there not as mere mercenary soldiers but as an army fighting for its homeland, and you will get an idea why I think that breaking up of caste amongst the Hindus is well nigh impossible. So there you go. The first obstacle being Brahmins, and also Brahmins being the intellectual class. The second obstacle being that all the subcastes are graded, so you can never mobilize them as a single unit. And then the third point being you cannot have a Hindu reason. You cannot ask a Hindu to follow reason. So those three factors make it impossible, make the destruction of caste impossible. I do want to end this video on a note that while Dr. Ambedkar emphasizes that destruction of caste is impossible, he actually doesn't see destruction of caste as a necessary solution to emancipate his people, either it be scheduled castes, tribals, or even Shudras. In the same year, 1936, he actually has come up with a whole different solution, and he calls it path to salvation. And that's his solution for the oppressed castes. Reforming Hindu religion is not something he undertakes, nor does he promote as a solution for the emancipation of the oppressed castes. His solution for the emancipation of the depressed classes is totally different. And he has delivered a speech to that effect, and it is called Path to Salvation. I'll pick that up after I'm done with Annihilation of Caste. But I just didn't want to leave the viewer of this video with a very dejected state and as if there is no solution going forward. No, there is a perfect solution. In fact, one which Dr. Ambedkar himself implemented while he was still alive.